Hello. Hello. Okay. I always test before just in case I need to restart it. But anyway, what I'm wanting to do, wherever it went, I'm wanting to finish this book right here. So I started this on the first day of the year. I hadn't done any pages in it before that, and it's going to be my first read of the year. And it was really fun. I did a TBR game. So this is a bit of a spoiler because it's going to be one of the TBR game results. But it was so much fun doing the new game that came up with, and I was really glad that this wound up being one of the ones. That this is written by my best friend. She's also my editor, and just a really amazing, amazing author. And y'all know I tell it like it is, even when I know people. I've given 1-star reviews and publicly made videos. I hate doing it, but I come at this space like a reader, so I always tell y'all the truth. But anyway, I am 286 pages into this, and it is 356 pages. So I have, what is that, 50 pages? I think that's wrong. 50, 60, 70 pages left. I'm a very slow reader, so that's going to take me a minimum of like 2 hours to finish. So I figure we can really hunker down, get some reading sprints in here. It is going to be mostly reading and a lot less of me talking than I normally do for breaks because I have goals this year. And one of my goals is getting 8 hours of sleep every night. And that means my butt needs to be in the bed by 10 o'clock and I need to be like dead asleep by 11. So I want to get this done. And I still need to eat a potato because that's another goal, is to eat one fruit and one vegetable a day. And I haven't eaten my vegetable, and I've only got two choices: a potato or corn. So and then I need to write at least one word. But before doing those things, I really want to finish this book. So that's what we're here for today. I hope you have a book that you are going to be reading. If you have already started reading this year, have you finished a book? And if so, did you like the book? Are you starting the year off right with a 5-star read? I feel like I am. This has continued to have twists and turns. And what's crazy about it is, like I said, the author is my best friend. So I knew what the plot of this book was before reading it. But I had forgotten so many things that she had told me. So I'm still like sitting here trying to piece together what is going to happen. And she's still surprising me all the time. And I don't normally get surprised in books. I did predict some things that were going to happen, but I never knew when they were going to happen. So then when they did, I was like, yes, I'm living for this. But anyway, I really want to finish it today. I always kind of tell myself, like, if I had to say, how many days does it take me to finish a book? My answer would usually be like 3 minimum. And I have somehow managed at my slow reading pace of one page for 2 minutes, like 2 minutes. I can read one page in 2 minutes. That's slow, even according to Google. I have still managed to read 100 pages or more of this each day. So today I've read 61 pages, something like that. But I want to finish, so I'm going to go over 100 pages today. And this is going to be my first book of the year. And pretty sure it's going to be a 5-star. If not, it'll be like a 4.5. But I'm excited. So I hope y'all are excited to get some reading in. I promised I wasn't going to talk too much, so people have had almost 5 minutes to get in here. So I'm going to go ahead and share screen with the, whatchamacallit, the timer, and we will get started. And I really want this to be mostly reading, and because I do tend to ramble, I think our best bet is to go with a 45-minute. So hopefully y'all are okay with the longer reading sprints. I know sometimes people don't want the longer reading sprints, but I want to finish this book before my bedtime and eat a potato or corn. Those are like the only two vegetables I have in the house that I'll eat. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started with this. I don't turn on the volume because I myself, I don't like the music's distracting for me. Um, and even if I find a song that works that's not distracting for me, it still slows me down. So I'm just doing silence. But anyway, you'll have the pretty background, the ocean. Thank you, Courtney, for letting me use your um, timers. But let's go ahead and start reading 45 minutes. Yeah, so that twist I didn't see coming. Unless it was one I'd helped her think of. I can't remember because once I saw it, I was like, "Oh, this does sound familiar." But now I'm like, "What?" I still didn't see it coming. So I got a couple of chapters in. This is really good. I've got I'm on page 308. So I have like 50 pages left. I think we can do this. It's going fast because it's so good. And there's been like a lot, it's like an extended battle scene that's going on this whole time. So they were in a battle in one location and then they were relocating to the next location and then they fought people there and then they fought another person. So there's a lot of fighting going on, but there's like the whole cast of characters you got to see from the trilogy. That's a different arc of this story. Um, they all like came together in the end. Like they all just kind of showed up, but it was set up. So it wasn't like a Deus Ex Machina, whatever, where people just pop up and you have no explanation for it. Like, no, everything was explained very well. But it was still so nice to see those old characters because I didn't know if we were going to see them. So I was really happy about that. Updated bullet journal and crocheted. Sounds good. Yeah, we'll be doing some long sprints because I really want to finish this thing. So I would assume that I can finish it maybe with two more 45-minute sprints. I'm hoping that that's the case, but I don't know. It could be faster, it could be slower. I don't know, but we're going to keep going until I finish this. But we will be done before 10 o'clock because that's my bedtime. And it's almost 8 o'clock for me now. So I'm keeping on a good sleep schedule, and sometimes it takes me a minute to wind down. So getting in bed an hour before I have to get to sleep is always a good idea. And I'm slowly transitioning my wake up times. Um, this morning I let myself sleep until 8, so I got 9 hours of sleep because I woke up 3 times in the middle of the night. And the first time I couldn't figure out why I woke up, and the night before or the night before that, I'd woke up like 3 times, and each time I couldn't understand why I kept waking up so many times. Now I have introduced a new water goal, so I'm not used to drinking like 10 cups of water a day. So that was definitely one of the times I got up was because I had to pee at like 4 a.m. in the morning. But the other 2 times I was like, what happened? Did my dog bark once and then not bark again? So I woke up afterward and then I'm like, what's going on? I don't know. But last night, I think I identified the problem. My husband. He had rolled onto his back, and I have to get onto him because when he lays on his back, he snores and it's loud. And I'm just like, roll your butt over onto your side toward the wall, not toward me. I said, because when you're toward me, I'm still hearing your heavy breathing. And I said, when you're on your back, you're snoring. So I was like, you have to face the wall. Oh man, I was like, "Get your cuddles and then roll your butt over because I don't wanna hear the snoring." So, just like, man, I have sleep apnea, so I already have to sleep with a machine, so it makes a little noise with, like, the air, and, I think I've got a sound machine that I use now too that does storm sounds, and it was storming, um, last night. So one of the times could have been thunder or something like that, but no. The second time it was my husband. And I rolled over onto my back and I was like, "Honey." I did not mind waking him up. I was like, "Yes, I'm waking you up because I need to sleep and I cannot sleep if you are snoring." So I was like, "Roll your butt over." And he's like, I don't know if y'all have ever had like small kids, or maybe you had a sibling that was several years younger than you. I had a brother, well, I still have a brother that's like 9 years younger than me. So I remember getting him out of bed with his little pajamas on, and how they do like their little stretches and they move like 2 inches and then they fall back asleep. And then you tell them to get up again. They move another 2 inches, or they kick their feet off the bed and they go back to sleep. And you just wind up changing them into their clothes and then like picking them up, taking them into the next room, wherever they have to go, because they just don't want to get up when they're little. Except for when you want them to sleep, then they're up. And so oh man, I'm just like, oh my goodness. That's what he's like when I tell him to roll his butt over. He'll roll, but he'll be angled. And I'm like, no, honey, you're not completely on your side. Keep rolling. But then when my alarm goes off in the morning, he knows I'm trying to get on a sleep schedule where not only I'm going to bed at a certain time, but I'm also waking up at a certain time. So like this morning, or it might have been yesterday. I think it was this morning. I I went I intentionally slept past my alarm because I was like, "You had me wake up, like, 3 times in the middle of the night. I'm giving myself another hour, and I'm sleeping until 8." Well, here comes 7:30, and, he realizes, so he doesn't not kick, like, kick hurt, like, where you put your feet on someone and you just keep progressively shoving your feet out to push them off the bed. Yeah, that's what he did to me this morning at 7:30. He was like, "You're on a schedule, I'm helping you." And I was like, "But you butthole." I was like, "I wanna keep sleeping. I wanna keep sleeping." Oh, I get so mad. But at the end of the day, I do want him to get me up, and I told him when starting the sleep schedule thing, like, I will be like, "Make sure I get up at this time. If I'm not up, like, threaten me with water. You threatened to splash water on my face." And I did have him do that a couple of times in the past, and he would follow through and splash water on my face if I didn't get up. He'd take the blanket off, I'd be freezing, and then he'd splash water on me. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I'm getting better with the sleep schedule thing. My boyfriend always asks why it takes me so long to fall asleep, and I'm always like, "Because of you." Right? My husband knows. I'm like, you get your like 5 minutes of cuddles or whatever. The second I start hearing him snore, because he's one of those crazy people that can fall asleep in 5 minutes and be snoring. I don't get it. I wish that I could do that. I can't. Um, he'll start doing his little light snores, and I'll have to startle him and then get him to roll his butt over. I'm like, "All right, cuddles is over. You're snoring. You are not gonna be in my ear snoring all night." And then also, I don't like feeling weight on me. Um, so it's like, I don't mind if he wants to stay cuddled, he can put his hand on my hip bone, but that's like the only place, because it doesn't feel like there's extra pressure because it's a bone. Whereas if it was on like a meaty part, it would wind up moving in the night and I would feel it and I would be like, "No, go away." So I always tell him, I said, "Honey, you can still cuddle with me. You just need to flip your butt toward the wall and then our booties can touch and that can be it. Just a little booty touch." I said, "Then we can be together all night, but you won't be annoying me." Oh man, I'm very, very bad about that. I'm just like, now, when I was growing up, me and my sister a lot of times had to share a bed. And so we had a queen size bed, and it was like 8 years old, and it was my granddad's bed before he died. So like this was a family heirloom mattress. And it had wires that you could feel through it. It was horrible. So we would have to always rotate and like flip the mattress and everything like that. And we had our sides, and it was like, "You better stay on your side. Don't get over here close to me." And then the mouth breathing. My sister was a mouth breather. She didn't snore, but she would be like, like loud mouth breathing, and I was like, I cannot do that. So I would have to try to go to sleep like 30 minutes before her, so that I could be asleep before she would start that. And then we always had fights over the fan because she wanted to turn the fan all the way up on level 3, and I was like, "That's too loud." I'd be like, "You can put it on 2, but don't turn it up higher." And then, if she'd get up and go to the bathroom, she'd flick it on 3 and I'd wake up. I'm very sensitive to sounds and all that kind of stuff. I'm just like, "No, we're not doing that." And I was a nightlight person because, of course, not nightlight, like I would have a reading thing, like it was a magnifying glass with a light on it, and I would read in bed because she wouldn't want the lamp on. But then also, she was a nightlight person, like an actual nightlight, and I didn't like seeing any light. So that was even bad if I did sleepovers and someone slept with a night light. I would have to like get in the part of the room where I wasn't going to see it because I like it pitch black when I go to sleep. Pitch black and silent, like a coffin. Um, anyway, let's go ahead and get into another reading sprint, and we'll do another 45. That worked out last time, so hopefully we'll all get some more done. And this is a really good part of the book, so I'm excited. All right. Courtney is getting so much watch time. Courtney is getting so much watch time. Too bad she's not monetized yet. She's not monetized yet, so she's not getting any money off of me using her content, but she's getting watch time. So hopefully that works out. It'll get her one step closer to monetization. It's Courtney Stivers. Anyway, I'm going to be quiet now so we can I got like 2 sentences left for the chapter. Okay. Y'all, this book. I am now on chapter 50. 50. My goodness. So I have 30 pages left to go. And so usually 30 pages takes me about an hour. Um, but it is the ending. So maybe it won't take as long. I don't know. It could go faster. I don't know. Oh, but it's so good. How did y'all's reading go? Hey, Courtney. I set up our live stream stuff for Aula Leroy. I figured I'd go ahead and set it up. Um, so all the links are out and everything. Oh. Nearly done with my grocery list. I forgot I needed to do it today. Do y'all see this over here where it says 2023 Bujo setup? Do y'all not find it funny when at the end of the video, YouTube will recommend your own video? Because I just find that so interesting. I'm like, what? Why is it recommending my own videos? It even does that in the sidebar sometimes of videos that I'm watching. And I'm like, YouTube, do you not know that that's from my channel? And I'll get notifications too that will remind me. Like, I'll get a notification and it'll be like 4 hours ago, and it'll say like one of the titles of my videos. And I'm like, did I upload that just now? And it will be like from the day before, but it's notifying me that the book is up. That I'm just that the thing is up. I'm like, what? Oh, great. I still need to get the book. Oh my goodness, you need to hurry. There is audio. I used the audio through Amazon Prime. It was free. And I do recommend it because she writes the dialect. So it's got the Southern dialect, but like times that by like 100. Um, so I think it will be faster if you do listen to the audiobook. If you are the kind of person that tries to sound out every word in your head like I do, um, it can slow you down. It looks like a deceptively small book, but the one that I had said like that it was only 135 pages, but the print was very small and the formatting was very bad. Like it was not formatted to be easy on the eyes. So it was more like probably a 350-page book. I think the audiobook was like 8 hours, but it was an amazing book. I did a chapter by chapter video talking about it. I know you saw it because you left a comment that you were going to wait to watch it. But I like cried by chapter 7. Like the book was so good. Then it's a great recommendation. But I'm just like, really, YouTube? Like you know it's my video. How are you recommending me my own video? It doesn't make any sense. I don't know what that Garfield thing was either. I haven't watched anything Garfield related. Oh, I just found the audio. Awesome. Yeah, the audio was really good. I flew through it. I flew through it. I know that Nicole also listened to the audio. We both bought the same version of the book. And then she was like, "Yeah, with the dialect, I feel like I need the audiobook." So I did the same thing. Nicole, I just said your name. I was telling her that we both used the audiobook for Owl Leroy because she ain't ready yet. Have you finished the book? Have you finished the book? I'm so happy to finally have gotten a 5-star read from the classics. I've been very busy with work. Oh, that's too bad. You don't rewatch your own videos? I do, but that's a few views. No, I don't rewatch my own videos, unless someone does my tag. And then sometimes, or not when someone does my tag, like maybe they'll make a comment and I don't know what they're talking about. Like the other day, several people had said, "I like the way you snoop." And I had no idea what they were talking about, but they were all saying it about a particular tag video that I did. So then I rewatched my tag video to find out what they were talking about. And it was where I was talking about doing the deep dives on subscribers' channels, and like watching all their content. So I was like, oh, okay. I know I see my face enough when I'm editing the video. So, and here's the thing though, I do rewatch my videos after I record them to make sure I don't need to edit anything. And also to make sure that it was fast enough, because if I feel like it didn't go fast enough, Bear, would you chill out? If I feel like it wasn't fast enough and I'm going to get bored editing it, then I'll just delete it and I'll re-record so that I don't get as bored editing it. Which I know sounds like what, because my videos wind up being 30 minutes to like 2 hours long. No, I have not finished. I'm halfway through, and so far is going to be a 4 or 5 star. Yes, it was so good. I like to see how I've progressed or mannerisms to stop. I feel like I've gotten fairly good at not putting in a lot of ums. They're there, but I remember when I first started doing YouTube and I would edit out the ums, I probably used at least 30 in each video. I do say certain filler phrases when I am trying to gather my thoughts because I don't want to have a gap in speech. So I'll just say something that's kind of repetitive. I used to stop sentences with, "You know what I mean?" I would say that all the time to friends if they didn't respond back to me so that I could get a response. Yeah, I don't even worry about it now unless it's like a like if I do a long I know what the looks like. Where the, the voice, the spikes and everything that are on there, I know what the looks like. That's how many times I had said before. My big one is the word and. I will string a bunch of sentences together because I'm not wanting to stop talking, and I'll just be like, and so and so, and then so and so, and then so and so, and. I know I overuse the word and, but I don't even care anymore. I'm just like, whatever. I say so too much. I haven't noticed that. So I don't think you say it too much. Probably says it too much to you because of course we're all going to be overly critical of ourselves, but I haven't noticed you say it too much. No, I probably also say so too much. I know I do with my writing. When I'm editing my books, I overuse so. I think the thing that I say a lot in videos that's repetitive is and things like that. I'll say that, and something like da da da. Like I'll say these long strings. This is my first part of a soda since New Year's. Bear. I had a soda in the fridge and it had this much left in it from like the 31st of the year. And then I set my goal that I had to drink 8 cups of water a day. And I had to drink my 8 cups before I could have any soda. So I was like, this is going to be flat if it stays in my fridge any longer. And I had my 8 cups. So I was like, you know what? I worked out today. I'm going to drink the rest of my soda. Bear, what's the matter, bud? What's the matter, bud? You're so cute. What do you want? Y'all want to see him? You gonna say hello? Say hello, everybody. Hello, hello, everybody. Hello. Y'all, I got a video of him coming into my room when I was doing a book review. I was talking. I had been laughing really loud about whatever I was saying about the book. He goes right up to me and goes right up to my mouth and goes, like, and then I crack up. I'm just like, oh my gosh. And then as I'm doing the oh my gosh, he does it a second time. And I got it all on camera. So y'all will see that eventually. I was like, y'all, he's never done this to me. Now he does like beards. He loves men's beards because my husband, he'll just, his good night thing for Bear is he'll rub his belly and then he'll lean over and Bear will put up his head and he'll lick his beard. And my husband will let him just like lick his beard. I guess it's salty, so Bear thinks it's a treat. He also likes people's feet. Where'd you go, bud? Why are you hiding behind the chair? Huh? He always thinks there's like crumbs under the table, so he'll go sniffing around, see if there's any crumbs. I ain't got nothing. You want a treat? You want a treat? You want a treat, my sweet boy? I'll give you a treat. For Christmas, my mother-in-law got him some little cookie dog treats. He's sniffing over here. Thank you, Snifferoos. You want to show them some tricks? Show some tricks. Go back. Turn around. No, I said turn around. Good boy. Sit. Oh, good boy. Kiss. You did so good. Can you speak? Speak. 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 Louder. Speak. Speak. Loud.
Heather, here's your reminder. Start winding down.
Good boy.
Heather, here's your reminder. Start winding down.
Okay, Alexa. I had to start doing that because then I would get mad when my husband would come in here and he'd go in this like kid-like voice, he'd go, bedtime. Bedtime. Oh man. Anyway. I'm going to be less critical on editing this year, so you will see more raw videos. It's fine with me. I have got better with doing my videos in one take. Most of the edits are my kids interrupting, and they are 16 and 18 years old. Yeah, sometimes I have to yell at Bear. I'm not mean to him, but I do yell because he'll be like in another area or he'll even be outside. And I'll be like, Bear, hush, or be quiet. I think I've only told him shut up 2 times the whole time I've had him. And I've had him since February, the year before last. So he's 3. I got him when he was like a year and a half. So I feel bad if I tell him to shut up. So I like to say be quiet or hush or settle down. A lot of times it's settle down. Oh man, but I don't like to be too mean to my baby. I am just about to finish my 3rd book for the year already. Oh my gosh. Dang. This is my 1st book for the year that I'm trying to finish today. I mean, it's big. It's not too big, but it is big. It's slower paced, but it's the good kind of slower paced. Normally I don't like slow pace, but this one works. There's a lot of traveling that happens in it and there's a lot of character development, but then once you get to this last maybe like 125 pages or so, like I still have like 50 pages to go, but like the last maybe 70 pages, the stuff that I've read today, which was like page 215 on, has been very fast paced. So it had a slow build, and then now it's just taking off. Like there's been a fire, there's been magic used, there's been like 3 sword fights, there's been a really high body count. Like, oh man, Bear's just prancing back and forth. I don't really know what he's doing. Cutie patootie. Yeah, so I'm excited to almost be done with this one. I've got like 30 pages left. So I don't know if I'll finish it in 45 minutes. It's possible. Probably not, but it's possible because I am so close to the end. And I know how I am when I write books. The closer I get to the end, the shorter the chapters are, which means that if the chapters are ending, they don't normally end at the bottom of the page. They end toward the top or the middle. And then, of course, chapters start partially down the page. So the more chapters there are in this last section, the faster it'll be to read because you're not actually reading as much. So I'm looking here. Yep, these are some short chapters. Oh, it's not 30 pages. I miscounted. It's 22. Yes, that should be perfect for me to finish in a 45-minute sprint. So, I'm excited about that. Are y'all ready to get into, I guess, the final sprint? Because my bedtime's at 10. So a 45 minutes going to bring us to 9:50. One was only 200 pages, still a book. Now, if I had been listening to audiobooks, I probably would also be done with a couple of books just because I fly through audio. But I made it my goal after the first day when I wound up reading 100 pages of this physically. I was so surprised. And I was like, you know what? The time is there if I don't watch as much TV and YouTube. So I didn't even really touch my phone the first day of the year. I was so focused on meeting all of my goals. Um, and so, yeah, my focus has been really good the past 3 days. My anxiety has been pretty much non existent, which is crazy because the days leading up to the first, I was extremely anxious and like prolonged bouts of anxiety. I think drinking water and having a list of tasks to do and writing them down and crossing them off, but also saying, hey, I'm going to limit myself to this many tasks. Today, I gave myself more than 3 tasks, and I think that that's a no-no. I still did them. I finished everything on my list, but I really think I need to just stick to only writing down 3 tasks, and then if I complete those, I can do those tasks and then write them down after I've done them so that I'm not having stuff that's not getting accomplished because I'll beat myself up if I don't do stuff that's on the list. So I wound up doing everything. But I even told my husband, like, he was like, are you going to fold the clothes today? Because we did like 3 loads of laundry. And I said, no, it's not on my list. It's not on my list. So that will be done tomorrow. But yeah, the goals that I have, if y'all watched my Bujo video, you kind of know them. But I have things that I'm looking at every day. So I have this, which has my yearly spreads with all my goals, and there's like little charts that I have to fill out. And then I also have my planner. But then I also have like a random, I'll show you the one from yesterday. Ooh. Like a note card. So I'd put down what I ate, the times that I ate, any like medical things I wanted to note, and then my water. I had 8 squares and I'd fill them out when I would drink. But once I got to 8, I didn't fill out anymore because I met my goal. But yeah, today I did more tasks than 3. Yesterday, technically I did more tasks than 3, but one was unload the dishes and the other one was load the dishes. So it's kind of like a task that goes together. But I had also read like 200 pages yesterday and did that. And I only told myself that I was productive because I didn't do that many tasks that weren't reading. I probably should have said yes, I was very productive. Now that I look at it. Same with today. Like today, I swept the house. I worked 3 hours of my online job. Um, I was on the treadmill for 1 hour at the gym. So I did it like a 2 mile brisk walk while reading. So I was reading my physical book on the treadmill at the gym in public because that's what I do now. Then we did a couple of loads of laundry and I uploaded my bullet journal video and I set up the live streams and I attended live streams and then now I'm hosting a live stream. And I think at this point I have read over 100 pages today. I just want to finish this book. So I'm going to read a little bit more than 100 pages. But having small goals, it takes up my mental space to be thinking of these goals, but I feel like it's really keeping me on track. Something as small as tracking how much water I'm drinking, because I feel accomplished every time I get to mark that I've drunk another cup of water because I'm so bad at hydrating. So it makes me feel good. So I'm getting like credit all throughout the day as I'm finishing stuff. I'm like, oh, I did my shift. That was the big one that I had to get through. And so I've started to do the work that I have to do. I do it in the morning. So I have to work a minimum of 15 hours a week to meet the company requirement of 60 hours for the month. So I drew squares on my planner. So the squares are 30-minute blocks, which is how long the shifts are that you pick up. They're 30 minutes. You can do them whenever you want. That's within the working hours. So I shade that in when I've done it, which reminds me I didn't do that for today. So I worked 3 hours today, which means I did 6 blocks. So that's awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So the biggest daily goals is 3 hours of the work online, 8 cups of water, 1 fruit, 1 vegetable. And before I eat, I have to think about why I'm wanting to eat and if it's actually beneficial for me or not. So like today was really hard because I came home after the gym and then by the time I got out of the shower, I was like ravenous. I was so ravenous. I just wanted to eat everything in the house. But I'm trying to be better because just with doing the water goal and then with having to account for a vegetable and a fruit every day, it makes me kind of think through my meals because I get full pretty fast, actually, but I overeat because I like the taste of food. And I've associated eating food with like watching videos or watching movies. Because my brain wants to have more things going on. So eating is the easiest thing that you can do and still focus on watching something. So that tends to be what I do. So I cooked a whole pizza. I cooked a whole pizza. It was like a DiGiorno. It was pretty big. And normally I will eat the whole pizza. Now, not with the DiGiorno because it's too big. But I could have throughout a whole day, not in one sitting, but 2 meals. I could have eaten the whole DiGiorno. Or like if it had been a thin crust pizza, I would have eaten it in one sitting. That's normally what I would do. So instead of doing that, I cut it. I put my slices on a plate. So I just did 2 slices. I was like, I will have 2 slices for this meal and I will have some strawberries. And then for dinner, I can have 2 more slices of this pizza. And then later I can have a potato. It's 9 o'clock. I'm not actually hungry, but because one of my goals is to eat a fruit and a vegetable, I'm still going to go eat my vegetable. The other reason for that is that it's teaching me what my body actually needs and prioritizing the things that are good for my body. So now that I know I don't need as much food as I ate today, then the next day I can be like, okay, I don't actually need 2 slices of pizza for the meal. I can try 1 slice of pizza and then a fruit or a vegetable. So it's going to be a long process of figuring out what I actually need. But the main goal with the food is literally just to be like, why am I wanting to eat? Am I wanting to eat because I'm bored? Because it tastes good? Like, what's the thing? And I am a slow eater, but also I think I scarf stuff down too fast. So what I'm trying to do now is like actually really enjoy what I'm eating even slower than I eat. Um, so that I get full and then I'm not tempted to go back and then I just drink my water. But I do flavored water. It's like 5 calorie packets, which makes me feel like I'm still getting something that's not boring. But anyway, I am getting way off topic, but it is helping manage my anxiety and I just feel better. I feel more accomplished. I'm getting more reading in, which is like self-care for me. So it's working to kind of have this big system. And this one is only 340 pages, and the one was a reading along with the audio. I'm trying to finish off my A countries. Yeah, I saw your video about that. I look forward to watching the rest of your videos with that because I want to do something with like reading my DNA type thing with the places that are specific in my DNA. I think that would be fun, but m a lot of them are not English speaking countries that are in my DNA, so it might be hard to find books. But, yeah, I'm going to sprint with you. Is anyone joining me on Saturday for the reading sprints for the start of the Monte Cristo? I don't know what time it is because I'm gonna be on with Courtney at 7 AM. I think it's on Saturday. I can't remember. I wrote it down. Might be Friday. Saturday at 7 AM, 8 AM for me, CST, Courtney's channel. So when is yours? And yes, I would love to um, participate in that because I'm going to be reading along with y'all. So if y'all are doing sprints, I'll join the audience and do that. So you just let me know when that is. It's good you're able to focus with lower anxiety. I find exercising is good for both anxiety and depression. Well, I have both. I have both. But I think a lot of my depression comes from the anxiety because I get down on myself if I'm not productive. And I'm not very productive a lot of the times because I have such anxiety because I'm not productive because I have ADD, which means my motivation just isn't there. My executive function isn't there. I have time dilation. All the stuff that's not managed with that just compounds the anxiety and then the depression, and it's just an evil circle. But funnily enough, my gynecologist specialist wrote me a script for the ADHD medication. I've been diagnosed formally before, and he's seen me on a few occasions. So anyone that like sees me in person, talks to me for a couple minutes would probably know that I have ADD. But, it still hasn't come through the mail yet because I had to go through the VA. I had to, like, walk the paper there and everything is a big to-do, but I'm just waiting for it to show up because I know it will help. Okay, have to listen to this audiobook before bed, maybe back briefly later. Mine is on Friday for you as I'm live 10 AM Saturday morning. So that will be 6 PM Friday night for me, I think. It's so weird that I'm getting Australia time zones down. But yeah, I think that's 6 PM. PM. I'll put Nicole, and then I'll know, and I can white it out if I have the time wrong. But If you have the video up on your channel, I'll put a reminder on it, and then it will tell me what time in my time zone, so that's kinda cool. Alright, so I have definitely talked enough, and we are going to be eating into my bedtime now. Let's go for, let's go for a 45-minute. I still need to eat my potato, so I'm probably gonna go to bed a little bit later tonight, but it's okay. I can always change my alarm to wake up at 8 so that I get my 8 hours. But, yeah. Let's do a 45-minute, and this will be the last one because again, bedtime. Alright, here we go. So I finished. I finished. It's on a cliffhanger. How could she? Oh, she told me this one was like a standalone within the series, and then she leaves it on a cliffhanger, and it's like, okay. She resolved all the main plot threads. She did. She resolved the like, I guess, kind of main couple you were wanting to see wind up together and all that. I wanted another chapter with that couple. But then she has a character identity reveal for the ending, which you see coming, like because she plants the seeds. So it's not a surprise, but the character's reaction to the reveal is exciting. And that is what is left on a cliffhanger is they say the person's name and it ends. I'm like, girl, how could you do this to me? One of my favorite things about knowing authors, because I do, and like, I'm an author and I know authors, and so this one's my best friend, of course. So we're in daily contact. And so I sent her a message. Sometimes she screenshots my reaction messages. I I said, "No, you didn't. You did not just do that to me. Why are you so mean?" I have to hide the name on this one, but I'll cover it. But I just liked my own post. Why does it do that? Just- I don't want to reveal the one, which again, it's obvious because she's laying it there for the reader to know, but the characters don't. But anyway, I was like, cliffhanger emoji. Oh my goodness. So she's laughing at me. And then I was asking her if the two characters I wanted to see another chapter from, if they have their POV in the next book. And she's like, no, but they are in the next book. It's like, thank goodness. And then she says, at least not as of now, LOL. It's just the other two people I was pairing together. I didn't know. See, because their whole dynamic was so developed in this first book. I didn't know they were going to get their own storyline that continues into the next book, but they do. And I don't have a clue where it's going. Like I know I've had conversations with her. So she already told me that she screenshotted one of my predictions because she says, "I'm going to wait until you get to this part in book 5 and then I'm going to send you this." Because she was like, "You predicted something." So it's like, okay, but I don't know what I predicted. And oh my goodness. So yeah, I don't know what this is going to be. So thank goodness I know her because she's revealing all. So she's telling me what the second book is about because it's not going to be out until like she said spring. So it might be like June, I think is what she said. Thought it would be long. I don't know. When is this coming out? When can I get it? Now I am on like a book buying ban for like the year pretty much because I got no money and I got too many books on my shelf. But this would definitely be an exception. I was like, indie books and ebooks, I think, are my exception. But even with the ebooks, like if it's 99 cents, then I know it's not going to be a deal again. But even then, extremely rare circumstances where I would do that because I have no money. I'm very low tier with the job thing that I do. So until I get a higher tier and can make bukus. I don't have any expendable right now. So, but yeah, I just asked her, I was like, when can I get it? She always offers me the ARCs, but I always want the physical copies because I don't tend to reread books. I read them once. I will reread them in the future, but because I have like 400 something books that I haven't read on my shelves, I feel like I need to read those before I allow myself to reread books. So for the time being, I don't really reread books. I haven't reread a book since probably 2017. Maybe even before that. There's like I've reread the Defy series by Sarah B. Larson because I had to wait for the third book to come out. So I had to reread the first two books to be ready for the third book because I'd forgotten things. The Selection series, I've read 2 or 3 times. I know I've read it twice for sure, like the whole series. But I have not read The Heir or The Crown yet, which are like an extension of that, which is what she did with her series, where she has your main series in the first 3 books, and then she has 2 books with the main characters from the first series' children. So she did the same thing, and it worked. If you like fairy tale retellings and high fantasy with princesses and pirates and thieves and all this other kind of stuff, you need to read The Nearest series by Kate Marie. You are not going to regret it. Oh my goodness. So she said she just passed 25K tonight. So that means that she's at the 100-page mark. So she's like a fourth of the way done. I'm going to be pushing her to finish. Oh. She would have already had more done, but she has another release that's coming out in February. So she just had the deadline for that like last week. So yeah. Hey, Kiana. Ate some lunch and read 30 pages. I read this, finished it, texted her, and warmed up a potato and let my dog out for his last potty. That's what I did during this trip. My potato's done. My microwave's beeping at me. Oh man. I'm like, I need this now. And see, I can get an ARC from her like 2 weeks before it comes out because then I'll have to wait for a paperback to ship to me. But I always like reading her books physically because I know I'm going to want to own them and I get them all signed. Heather, you'll be fine just reading the books you won from giveaways. Honestly, if you combined the physical books I got from giveaways along with the ebooks, I probably would have a year's worth of reading. Just looking right here, not manipulating any stacks, nothing. Did not manipulate anything, okay? This is literally just how it was on my shelf. And there's more. These were all Goodreads giveaways. Then there was one book in between. And there was another Goodreads giveaway. And then on the other side, there was 2 books on top of this one. Oh. Another Goodreads giveaway. But that's not all. There's another one. Hold on. Oh. And another one. That's not all. This is just this one shelf, y'all. Okay, where are we going? I've got a dumbbell hiding stuff. Another one. I've got one over there on the other shelf. We might as well go get it. Oh, did I read any of my Goodreads giveaway books this year? I don't think I did. Not yet. Not yet. My Goodreads giveaways. I'm seeing if there's more. I have like 4 on the way. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So these are my physical Goodreads giveaways that I won in 2022. And I still have some shipping that I won in 2022. And then there was one year I won 100 physical books from Goodreads back in like 2018 or something. 2017 looks like. Here's 2 of those from 2017 that I still ain't read. I am not lucky in many areas of life when it comes to winning stuff. I've never won the lottery. When they would do drawings or raffle tickets or anything like that at schools, I wouldn't get picked. When there was stuff when they just pick people, like teachers will pick someone to get something or do something or be in a play or anything like that. Nope, not me. Not me, never me. And I used to be so sad because everybody else was always a winner and I was never a winner. But then I started entering Goodreads giveaways. And I am a pro. I am a pro. I have the system down. And if y'all want to win some Goodreads giveaways, I have not kept these secrets to myself. I made a video, it's like 30 minutes long, telling you how to work the Goodreads. Now, it's still a game of chance, but basically all it goes down to is you got to enter for like a bunch of stuff. And you've got to keep on top of entering at a minimum, like on a 4-day basis, or you won't get hardly anything. So it's going to ruin your want to read shelf on Goodreads, which is why I'm not really using that shelf anymore. I'm on Storygraph and I just keep my physical books on there and books that I've actually read. I don't have any books that I just want to read on that account. Goodreads is kind of like a free-for-all right now. It's a mess, but it's perfect for me getting books. And a lot of those, they came out last year. So they're 2022 new releases. One of them's a translation. And I didn't even start entering the giveaways until like March. And then there was gaps, like months in between, where I was not entering. So most of these, I will tell you right now, just by looking at them, are you serious? Okay, so I started entering stuff in March. However, all of those books came in at this house. So all of them were after March. And it looks like, I'm thinking it was probably around the time I started this BookTube channel, because I'm pretty sure that I have, yeah, I've gotten all of those while having this BookTube channel. So none of them were before that. So I was winning a lot of ebooks when I first started doing it again in March. But yeah, I don't think I started like getting any until maybe like June because I didn't start my channel until the end of May. It was like May 20th. So it's a lot of y'all got me wanting to check my Goodreads now and see what's still coming my way. I'm curious. I'll see what we got because I haven't looked in a few days to see. I got a notification about one physical book that I won. This was my most exciting one that I've won so far because it was one that I knew that I was going to be reading regardless of if I wanted it or not. I don't own any of the other books in the series, unfortunately, but I do want to own all the books in the series, and I've read all the other books. So this really needs to be a priority read that I read soon. But I was just tired of romances because I read a couple back to back, so I needed some space. But I think I'm ready now because I just read a fantasy. So yeah, I'm gonna look real quick on the giveaways and see. And then I can tell y'all, maybe y'all are excited about some of these and you'll be like, you actually need to read that. I do not take the time to read the descriptions when I enter the books. I purely go off of the cover. So I have one called Girls Like Girls. So I'm assuming that's LGBT. It's YA. It's by Haley Kayoko. So that one, let's see when this sucker comes out. This one doesn't come out until May 30th, 2023. I won an ebook of Wild Kingdom, Her Orc King, The Exercise of Vital Powers, The Chaos Principle, The Devil's Calling, Fragile, a novel, Legacy, inspired by true events. A book that I think is interesting. I don't read a lot of nonfiction. And I don't read a lot of religious books that are not like Christian books. And even then it's like one author that I read, Melody Carlson. That's like the only real one that I read. But anyway, I did enter for this one specifically because I thought the title was catchy, and I did look at it a little bit, and it's called So Compassionate It Hurts: My Life as a Rabbi on the Spectrum. And so I'm really interested in anything having to do with autism, and it also sounds like it has to do with yeah, like just how you feel sometimes. I can relate to that. So compassionate it hurts. So I think I kind of understand what the title's hinting at. And then there's one called Storyteller, The Hurricane Chronicles, Tomb of the Queen, Jane Thorne, CIA Librarian. Oh, I did receive my last Innocent Year, so I need to tell Goodreads they did good. They sent it to me. Okay. Because if they don't send it to you within a lot of time, you get a second button that pops up and you can say, I have not received this book. I've had to use that once. I'm still waiting on the book about ADHD, which is like the only other nonfiction that I entered for. So I do look at it when it's nonfiction. Generally, I just skip by. But if it's a title that grabs me, sometimes I'll get it. So I got a couple of nonfiction with Black authors that I was like, okay, let me look at that. So I have one called Call and Response, and it's short stories by Black authors. And then there's another one called Black Joy, which is like the same sort of thing, but I think the one might be fiction and the other one is nonfiction. So I don't really request a lot of nonfiction. The Ghost of Louise Manor, Call and Response, The Black House. I showed you the physical ones. One that I would not have entered if I was paying attention because it says GD in the title. I would not have entered that. I'd be like, return. Against the Pack, Honeymoons Can Be Hazardous, an Amish matchmaker mystery. You Never Said Goodbye, Booker, Hazel Visions, Braiding Roses, Bar Hopping for Singles, The Captain, Point Loma, Gold Digger, The Remarkable Baby Doe Tabor, Undefeated Woman. That was another one that I entered that was nonfiction by Desanjay Hira. A Very Malibu Vacay, Formula for Redemption, War Bunny, Clara Thorne, The Witch That Was Found. If y'all have heard of any of these, please let me know. The Key to My Heart, I got a physical one of that one. Bloodstained Oath, The Babe from Toyland, Blast Wave, Sandusky Burning, Prosidium, Shadow in the Wind, Frenemy, Tilda Larkey, Well Traveled, Damnation and Cotton Candy, and then the one that I'm still waiting on, which is Still Distracted After All These Years, Help and Support for Older Adults with ADHD. And I already put request the book. I have one, but it still had it on there. So I'm going to do it again because it gave me the button again. So request it again. Okay, go back and back. Birds in the Black Water, Goddess Ascension, Running Out of Time, The Forbidden Spell, The Wrong Palm Agenda, which was the physical one, Ghost Cats 2, Sins of the Tribe, It Rides a Pale Horse, Call My Name. These are mostly ebooks that I won this year. LaGrange Rising, Cheerial, From Ash, Hunter's Moon, Finding Me, Angel Falling, Run from Thugs and Drugs, The Pink House, Furry Fox Paw, that's another physical one, Of Thorns and Hexes, A Little Pinprick, A Dream of Waking Life, The Ash Gardeners, Entangled, a post-apocalyptic young adult time travel novel, Reprobates, Nimbus, The Sweetness of Forgetting, Code Word Access, Ship to Nowhere, Strega. We're almost there. I'm on page 5 of giveaways I've won this year. Another physical one, The Learning Curve. Ahead of the Game, Child of Etherclaw, Red Exile, For the Prince, For the Queen, Here for the Drama, Formula for Love, Wrath of Eve. That's all the books that I've won from Goodreads this year. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, most of the time you're not going to win. Like, you've got to enter a bunch. I think one of the mistakes that people make is they filter it by the genre that they want, but the authors don't always put it in those genres. So they might list their book under fiction, but not list it under romance when it's a romance because they only get to list it under 2 categories. So when you use the category way, you're not going to see all of the books. So the best way to do it is to do the either giveaways ending soon or the recently listed, and go through every single one that they offer and enter any of them that have an appealing cover, because you don't have time to even read the descriptions or you're not going to win any books because it takes too long to read descriptions to narrow down what you really want. Just once you've won, then you can decide if you want it or not. And you can always give the book away to someone else, making them a winner. So you know what I mean once you have it. My library has a shelf. When you enter the library, you can put whatever books, magazines. People have even put baked goods on there before. It's just stuff that you're giving away for free. You can put on that shelf. And so you can just go grab free books off of that shelf, or you can put your own on there. And there's little free libraries around town too. So I never feel bad getting a book because if I don't like it, I can just put it on there. And then with the ebook giveaways, most authors are giving away 100 copies. So I'm just like, if I'm interested, I might get into it at some point. If not, again, I'm not wasting my time reading 800 descriptions of books when I might win one. So, yeah. But anyway, yes, it does suck that you can't enter, but you get that cool box thing where you get like 25 books in a big box. And you have fairy loot. There's some cool things that Aussies have that would cost more to get shipped here, but yeah, any non-US countries kinda get the short end of the stick when it comes to some of the bookish stuff. You can go back and uncheck them after the giveaway closes. Yeah, but when you enter as many giveaways as I do, there's a tricky way that you have to do it because sometimes they will list the same book. So your giveaway will have ended, but then the book will be listed and it might be a different format, it might be the same format. So then if you take it off of the shelf and you've already entered for that other format, then you're also removing it from that. And when you take it off the shelf, you're not eligible to win. So your book has to remain on the want to read shelf until the winners have been announced for that book. It used to be that you would have to uncheck a box if you did not want it to automatically be added to your TBR, but now they force add it. So you can't get out of it, and then you're required to keep it on there because people like me were smart and we never added the books to our shelves. Oh, man. It's been fun, but I have to head off and get some more work done. I will send you the link for my sprints for the weekend. Thank you. Do you think it matters if you leave review? No, it does not matter at all. I used to think that it would give you some sort of advantage, like maybe if you'd reviewed the author before, but it doesn't. Because I will tell you, I don't think I've left hardly any reviews this year. I don't think I've left any. I've left reviews before, but I just get tired of writing them because if I have a YouTube channel, I don't see the point in writing the review. It's good for the author though, so I really should, but it's so time consuming and honestly, I'm just too lazy. I'm just too lazy for that. I'll go to my profile and see if I have any written reviews. I do star rate, but I have not been writing reviews. I've done it for indie authors on my blog. When I would get their arcs, I would write the review. But yeah, I don't really. So I have 588 ratings, but I only have 58 reviews. And some of these reviews are, it's telling me I clicked on it, but this is not accurate because most of these are just star ratings. And that's way more than 50 something. So I don't think it actually took me where I thought I was going. It's taken me here, but it's just taking me to look at them. I don't know what all that's about. But anyway, I'd also need to go. It's 10:30. It's past my bedtime. I still need to eat my potato that's sitting in the microwave. But I'm so glad y'all were up and able to read with me. I finished the book. I do have a TBR video that will be coming out. This was a spoiler. It's on the TBR. But there's a really fun game that I played in order to pick this book. So hopefully y'all will still enjoy that video. And there will be 2 other books that will be on there. So you'll get to find out what I'm going to be reading next. I don't even know which book I'm going to read next because I have 2 other books, but I don't know which one I want to read first. So thank you, thank you. Maybe you can help me decide what I need to read next without me actually spoiling the book. So, one of them is a standalone, and one of them is the first book in a duology. So, should I read the first book in a duology or should I read a standalone? I don't want to give you the genres because even though that won't spoil anything, well, you know what? We're 3 hours into the video. I don't think anyone's going to go 3 hours. It'll spoil it for you, but not everyone on my channel. One is a mystery and one is a sci-fi. Okay, standalone. We'll go with that. All right, cool. So I will start reading that tomorrow. All right. I'm ending this now. Thank you everyone for joining. I did see some new faces on here earlier, so if y'all haven't subscribed and you want to, I do live sprints. A lot of the time they're very spur of the moment. So you would need to be subscribed to know about it because I just pop on randomly. But anyway, I like scrolled up and I saw Courtney on here again, and I was like, "What? I thought she left." I had scrolled up. But anyway, I am gonna go. But y'all have a good night, and I will see y'all again. I'm actually going to be, if y'all want to hang out with me again, I'm going to be over on Courtney's channel on Saturday at 8 a.m. CST, so 9 a.m. EST. And that's at Tangible Reads channel. She invited me over there. And then Nicole is going to be doing a stream. And I think she has another co-host. I think she's doing it with Maria, with Read Fun Books. So that's Dusty Booksniffers channel. She's going to be doing the Count of Monte Cristo reading sprints. So I'm excited about that. Thank you. Thank you. I love seeing new people on here. But yeah, that's all I've got. So you'll see me around. I might do more reading sprints. I think we might just kind of make this a regular thing when I've got like 100 pages left in the book and I still have time left that I can do on StreamYard. I'll just pop up and y'all can help me finish my books and get some reading in. I think we did a lot better today with managing the breaks. I don't think we had any really long breaks, so that's good. But anyway, I am gonna go. It's so hard for me to like end these things because I like hanging out with all of you. But I am gonna go. So I will see y'all later. What else do I have coming up? I have the Aola Leroy. I posted the whatever you call it. The video is there for you to like click to be reminded, if that makes sense, for the Aola Leroy live chat. And that book was a 5-star read. So if you're gonna read a classic, go ahead and start with Aola Leroy. It was so good. So we're going to be discussing that on the 20th. So you still have time. Highly recommend getting the audiobook. If you can only choose one format, go with the audio. Just trust me. You can listen to it for free through Amazon Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, it was free, the audiobook. And then, yeah, the next video that I post will probably be the TBR. So I might post that either tomorrow or Thursday. Just kind of depends on my mood. All right, now I'm actually going to go. Bye.